very weird stuff is going on. Like, the internet died. I had to reconnect. Doorbell just rang. No one was at the door. But at least I have a good position. Let's develop. The Fuchsia, hello. San Diego, hello. Xstorm59, welcome back. Queen A5 check, wins a piece. The goal is to get this game over with as quickly as possible and then move on to the next game. Pretty low quality game so far. Slow motion replay. I think if White wants to, he should play like c3 after c5. Okay, we'll take the bishop. Like, he's just not developing anything. Bishop b4 check looks attractive. Take. Your house is officially haunted. Yeah. Well, that's why my dog is around to try and scare away any ghosts. Yeah, we're going to take the bishop, and then if queen d2, I have knight c2. If king f1, I'm sure I have something. If king d1, I have rook d8 here. Microwave oven can cause internet to fail? Really? Could be delivery, sales, or church group. Yeah, but it's 7 p.m. Like, usually, like, we've been getting, like, politician or political campaign, like, people, but usually not this late. Hey, I broke into the top 1,000. Over 2,300 people playing. Wait, is Lichess is detecting my stream, hopefully. Or maybe they aren't. Join the game? Wait. What's going on? Why is everyone berserking? Okay, we'll berserk too. I guess if we both berserk, it still counts for classical chess. Which is nice. Because my classical rating is still provisional. I'll play c5 this game. And we'll go into some Sicilian. It says I'm streaming, but does it say I'm streaming in the tournament? Oh, it does. Cool. Okay. E5, not a great move. Because it overextends. I'm gonna play a6 and just go for b5. Like, usually white should not develop the bishop so early to c4 because it just gets kicked around. And if he moves back to b3, that would be ideal. Bishop e2, probably the best move. And I'm going to try and be aggressive this game. Like, I will go for some kingside attack if he lets me. d4, interesting. Just going to develop. You get a chance to play Semi-Slav in your games. Is that an opening request? Because I would play Semi-Slav. Semi-Slav used to be one of the main lines in my repertoire against d4. I don't think I played it recently, though. But I would play it if given the chance. And hello, 1 a.m., that 1 a.m. Thanks for following. I'm going to continue developing. But what do I want to develop first? Because queen b6 runs into bishop e3. I have to figure out how to develop the king side effectively. I'm going to play knight e7. This is a terrible bug house and crazy house move if white has a knight to place on d6. But as far as a chess move goes, I think it's okay. Bring the knight to g6. Lots of people in the chat. Microwaves don't emit signals that far away, even if they're in the same room. That was a hard sentence to read. Yeah, I don't think the microwave is causing issues. It's pretty far away from the router. H3 I don't understand. It's kind of a random move. But what does black do here? Like I want to attack, but probably first I have to develop. I think I'll start with queen c7 because I want to play d6. Get the pawn away from e5, and then once the position opens up, then black can attack. Hello, Sir John09. Sent a message on Lichess. I get messages, or I get like 5 to 10 messages every day on Lichess, and it's hard to keep up with all of them. But I do my best to respond to all of them, but sometimes it can take up to a week because it's just, I mean, they keep coming and coming. So usually I reserve like a few hours per week just to go through all of them and respond to everything. But it's one of the challenges being popular online. Okay, let's take the pawn first, and then I'll play d6. Don't play Semislav against chess 2 matters. Okay. Interesting advice. But that sounds like a challenge. Like, if I can play Semislav and beat him, then it's a huge accomplishment. Can you try to win using the Scandinavian? You should have told me that before I played the Sicilian in this game. But if I'm black again, and I play against e4, I'll play Scandinavian. So I think my black repertoire is now set for tonight. Either Scandinavian or Semislav. Now this position is looking pretty good, because I'm winning a pawn. Or I won a pawn. And now black's just up material. And now this bishop's super happy. This is what I was kind of waiting for. Long open diagonal. First time on the stream. Hello, Why Woke. Definitely a new viewer. Thanks for joining. All the Northern and Eastern European openings. Semislav, yeah. Kind of Slavic, Scandinavian style. I was in that area of the world over the summer. Went to Latvia. That's part of Scandinavia, right? I think so. Okay, I'm going to take with queen. Could take the other knight too. I'll take with queen. This knight's attacked twice. It probably has to move. Unless he wants to play f3. But Ben Feingold would not approve. Or unless he wants to just give me the knight. That's nice. I think rook e1 I can play f5. I also have bishop d6 here. Maybe some calculation required. I also have rook d8 here. So a few candidate moves. Bishop d6, rook take e4, queen h2, king f1, queen h1, king e2. Queen take g2. Let's not go into that. Rook d8. I don't want to calculate. Let's just play f5. And my bishop is safely guarded by the pawn. If he plays f3, then I have some like queen check, or even bishop c5 check. And rook d8 is coming. Lots of moves are coming. Rook d8, bishop d6, or bishop c5. It's nice being up a piece. Have you ever played Finns on Lichess? I don't think I have. I feel like I would remember. I've played them on chess.com. Queen c2, interesting move. He's building a pressure. He has future ideas of queen c6, which I probably don't want to have happen. And if I take on d3, he has queen c6, which would be very bad. So I'm still looking at bishop d6. He takes on e4, queen h2, king f1. He's also threatening to take on e4 and just like try and get compensation. So it's a little bit annoying. I'm considering queen c5. But queen c5, bishop take e4, pawn take e4, queen take e4. We don't trade queens. I could play bishop d6, he takes on e4, and just take back, queen c6, king f7. I mean, it's winning in many lines, I'm just trying to find the cleanest way to win. I think I'll start with bishop d6, and just hold on to the extra piece. Oh man, I missed a lot of comments. The Budapest says the fuchsia. At what level do you think the Banco starts to become less sound? Isn't the Banco refuted? Maybe not too many people know the refutation. I thought there's a line where white plays a4 on move 12. So whatever level people start playing 12a4, you should stop playing the Banco. Because I remember, like, back maybe 4 or 5 years ago, like, Banco was still somewhat played at high levels, but then like this 12a4 line became really trendy, and then Banco just disappeared. I think it's in the line where white plays like e4, and then trades on f1, like king take f1, g3, king g2, and then later plays a4. We can take a look at that maybe a bit later for any d4 players out there. And thanks for the cheer, San Diego. 25 bits. Okay, more motivation to keep the stream going. Okay, let's castle, get the king safe, up a piece. I enjoyed Riga. Yeah, Riga's very nice. I was in Riga for 2 weeks back in May and June. Very nice city. But most people there, like most local people, don't speak English. So language was a bit difficult. Okay, so he wins e4. We're keeping queens on the board. I'll play queen f5. f2 is a target. h3 is hanging. There's a pin. Life is good. Maybe even bishop take g3 coming. I'm already getting challenges. I don't know if I'll accept challenges, but I might. I don't know. There's only 50 minutes left in this tournament. It's probably only time for like maximum 3 more games. But like one game could theoretically take over 40, 50 minutes. It's the nature of classical chess. Almost everyone I play plays the Scandinavian wrong. Interesting. Scandinavian's a difficult opening to play. I forgot I'm not attacking f2, because there's a queen on c2. But I can play queen f3 here. I just want to mate quickly. Queen f3. Yeah, queen f3 is good. Double threat of queen take h3 and also knight h4. Oh, Scandinavian is only Denmark, Norway, Sweden. Oh, Nordic countries are Finland and Iceland, Latvia. Oh, I didn't know that. And then there's a Baltic region. So, oh, he stopped both threats. Can I play queen f4? Queen f4 is okay. Game of cat and mouse. I attack him, he attacks me. I want to play queen h2 here. I have no fear of discoveries against the queen. He might play rook g3. Or that, but now I have this. And good things should happen. I'm looking for force mate. I know I can win the queen by force. King f1, queen h1, king e2, rook take f2. That's probably good enough. If you didn't follow that line, it's about to happen. I can actually pre-move rook take f2. But yeah, let's do it. Now queen h2 I probably don't want to pre-move. So you might play king d3. Yeah. But now we can take the queen. Maybe there's a quicker mate, like queen d5. Let's start with the king is running. If king c3, I have rook c8 mate. If king e3, okay, rook c8 mate, nice. Well, that was a feel-good game. What did he do wrong? Oh yeah, he played bishop c4, and then he played e5. Not a good combination of moves. Like, both these moves don't usually make too much sense in Sicilian. Okay, back to tournament. So I'm taking some opening requests. I'm pretty sure I'll be white next game. So any opening requests, we have about 25 seconds. Let me know. Danish Gambit, the Fuchsia. Okay, I'll play e4. If the guy doesn't play e5, I'll still take opening requests. Oh, he's playing French. Normally, okay, I'll just play the I'll play what I always play against the French. It's 2 knights attack. Fun. It's a fun variation against weaker players. Is Finn's John Bartholomew? Yes, he is. No game found between me and Finn's. Oh, that's too bad. I actually, the first time I encountered Finn's was in real life. We played in Washington Square Park. And it was, I think it was maybe a year or two before he actually started his YouTube channel. And I had no idea who he was. It was before the fame and glory. I forget what happened in that game. We weren't playing for money. So I don't encounter c5 too often, but it's a playable move. The issue for black is after d4, there's going to be an IQP. And it becomes a very positional game. Queen's Gambit, Grab, King's Gambit, c4, emojis only. e4, wait, e4 and then c4? That's really weakening to the d4 square. Trying to imagine. e4 followed by c4 is good if your opponent's playing Caro-Kann. But otherwise, when you combine the two moves, I don't think it should make sense. Here the strategy for white is just to get the rook to the e-file. And I'm pretty sure I can castle. There's only one issue. If I castle, he can take on d4. And if I take with queen, he can take on f3. It looks pleasant, though, for white. Throw in rook e1. My goal for the next, several moves is to keep the black king in the center. He hasn't touched his kingside pieces. And if I can make it so he can't castle, then good things will happen for white. So there's all these plans like rook e1, maybe even queen e2. And there's still pressure in the center. There's pressure on both d5 and c5, and the pin against the knight. So he's going for this line, which I'm not 100% sure about. If I play rook e1, bishop e7, I take on d4. He could play knight f6. Wait, rook e1, bishop e7. Some funny line where I sack my queen. Rook e1, bishop e7, knight take d4. Bishop take d1, knight take c6. Oh, but he can take and play king f8. Okay. So queen take d4, bishop take f3. Pawn take f3. I'm threatening d5. I have the double pawns. So he would probably play knight f6. This looks good. I accept the double pawns. I pressure the e-file. I create some battery with the queen and rook. Let's do it. Oh, I just read the comment from Xform. I was avoiding looking at the chat there. Queen e1 and knight take d4 I didn't even consider. Maybe that was somewhat reasonable. I didn't consider it because my rook wants to go to e1, not the queen. Okay, I'm going to take back. I know this looks ugly, but sometimes when you have double pawns, it's okay if your pieces are active. Let's talk about mouse and trackpad. Eric, if I had a mouse, I'd be crushing you right now in some bullet. I don't think that's true, because right now I'm playing the classical arena. I probably wouldn't accept any bullet challenges. And I still haven't ordered a mouse on Amazon, because I'm looking to get like a webcam on Amazon. I want to order them together, and it's delaying it even further. But hopefully within a few days, I will have a mouse and a new webcam, and life will be even better. But for now, I'm sticking with the trackpad, which I think is manageable for classical chess. I have to keep these opening suggestions in mind. I'll try and play as many openings as people suggest today. Okay, he just moved. Knight f6. So the plan is to play rook e1, bishop e7, queen e5. And then there's some line where, like, he could try and castle, but then I take on c6, b takes c6, I take on e7. If he plays rook e8, I take the queen. And then he just can't untangle that easily. Rook e1. There's also moves like queen c5, which could be playable. Yeah, let's start with rook e1. Then I'm going to decide between queen e5 and queen c5. Queen c5 looks more attractive, just visually, because I attack the knight. And it might force a move like rook c8. And then I play bishop g5. And there's so much pressure, because like this knight, the other knight, the bishop on e7, pawn on d5, everything's going to be attacked at least a few times. So this looks nice. And hello to Reboodle. I could play the Alekhine, but someone else said to play the Scandinavian. So, and Scandinavian is just more exciting than Alekhine. But we'll see what happens. I guess I could combine the two openings, like e4, d5, e take d5, knight f6, and then it's a Portuguese variation. So Reboodle is for Queen's Gambit as well. From the white side? Or, yeah, probably from the white side. I have to plug in my laptop before it dies. It's overheating pretty badly right now. I put a sound filter on OBS, so when my laptop overheats, it shouldn't make too much noise. So hopefully that's in effect right now. Team Scandi. Yeah, I play the Scandinavian different than John Bartholomew. What is King d7? Like, are you for real? What is this move? Was that a mouse slip, or he actually intended to play King d7? This is very unexpected. This has got to be good for whites. But now it's time to calculate. I mean, I can take on d5. Knight take d5, queen take d5, king c8. I take on c6. I mean, I don't think there's too much to calculate. I think the d file's opening. And this knight is still pinned, so there's no knight take d4. Oh, he might play king c8. It's king c8 after knight take d5. Okay, let's calculate. Knight take d5, king c8. Attacking my queen. If I take on c6, He takes back with pawn. My knight's pinned. And I don't have queen g4. Okay, there's some point. So knight take d5, king c8. Maybe just c4. Wait, c4 hangs the queen. Knight take d5, king c8. Bishop takes c6, pawn takes c6. This is weird. I know it's good for white. If this is good for black, I quit chess. But this is definitely good for white. Bishop g5 maybe? Bishop g5, king c8. We trade some. I don't know. Because there are issues for white. Surprising move. Well, it's equal material. His king's on d7. Maybe I shouldn't win a pawn. Maybe I should do something else. I take on c6 immediately. That doesn't make any sense. I have some other idea to play bishop f4. It's clear he wants to play king c8. So let's imagine bishop f4, king c8, and then either queen a4 or take on c6 and then queen a4. And white's just fully developed. Two bishops. c6 is targeted. If he plays queen b6, that's a move. Then maybe something like rook d1. Or I play queen a4 immediately and prevent king c8. It's weird because I don't see anything like too convincing. And I really want to take on d5. Okay, let's re-examine. Knight take d5, king c8. There's a pin. And he wants to take back. He has two threats. If I take on c6, he takes back. And then I play maybe queen c4. That could be interesting. It's a piece sack. Queen c4. So imagine queen take d5, queen a6 check, king c7, bishop f4, and he has bishop d6. Yeah, I don't want to risk that. So bishop f4 is what I'm leaning towards here. Bishop f4, king c8. And maybe queen a4. And keep all the tension. Preparing rook d1. If he plays queen b6, maybe just rook d1. And my pieces are better than his pieces. My pieces are better than his pieces. Should be good for white. I wasn't looking at the chat, but hello Tony. And he is a 1300 player. I might be overthinking it, but like I want to play good quality chess. It's the nature of classical chess. And I didn't mention this, but I'm playing in an over-the-board tournament tomorrow, so this is sort of a warm-up. And I think tomorrow I'll be playing some slightly weaker players. And one of the danger things for me, when I'm playing players much below me, sometimes I get too comfortable, and that's where I mess up. So I'm trying to get in the mindset where I take every position seriously. He plays king c8. Okay, I'm going to play queen a4. And now there's threats of just taking and then queen a6. I'm expecting him to do this. Oh, but maybe then I have this. JCS says knight take d5 worked. I'll want to go into that line after the game because it felt like it should work, but I didn't see how it worked. Bishop f4. He can't be too safe with the king on c8. Yeah, this king is just like a long-term weakness. And because the king's on c8, his rook is stuck forever. What did I just do? Oh, I did Zen mode. I want Zen mode. And black just has lack of coordination. Queen d7 makes me happy. It's now probably just rook d1. Just build up pressure. Queen h3 ideas aren't too scary. Okay. Rook d1. I don't know what the threat is. I'm sure there's some threat. Maybe knight take d5. Knight take d5 and then c4. Or even knight take d5, knight take d5, rook take d5, queen take d5, rook e8 check. Could be plausible. He plays bishop d6, but now d5 is just hanging. So knight take d5. If he takes on f4, I have knight b6 check. And that wins something. That wins a queen. If knight take d5, knight take d5, rook take d5, his bishop is pinned and attacked twice, and white's just winning. Okay. Definitely didn't work. The knight and the queen are attacked, and there's no chicks or no checks. Probably no checks. Yeah, I mean, the way that line could work is if like white sacks a piece and there's just massive compensation. And that's what I want to look into. Because I've realized, like, doing a lot of these like games against weaker players, I have opportunities to sack material, but sometimes I play too cautiously. And it may have happened this game, but I don't know. At least white's winning. Knight b6 is a major threat. Black's pieces are just falling apart. So I'll probably just have one more game after this. And then in half hour, like when the tournament ends, I'll have to figure out what to do. This will probably be a shorter stream than normal because I want sleep before tomorrow. But if anyone wants to play me or people have suggestions or questions, just let me know in the chat. Especially like opening questions. I'm usually happy to answer. Especially yesterday. Yesterday I was giving away so many opening secrets. Few secret novelties. But if I'm not going to use them in tournaments, I might as well give them away for free. So this guy's suffering. So what's happening with him? Maybe realizing his position is is very, very bad. Simul or viewer tourney? I haven't done a viewer tournament in a while. I could do that. But that would require like playing many more games. Let me see the settings. Okay, we'll take on d5. Yeah, I don't see any resources for black here. So many pins. And both rooks are just out of play. Oh, a thematic tournament. But I don't like forcing people to play like certain openings. I guess maybe it would be interesting. We'll see. I don't know. I'll keep thinking. I'll probably just do viewer challenges. I already have 2 challenges. EVH, who I think I played yesterday, and King AJ. Interesting. From the USA. And thank you, CloudSat, for following. It's an interesting combination of words. But yeah, going back, just for people who are just joining us, this was a great line against the French. The two knights attack, less common. So many ways for black to go wrong this game. After d4, like, it's already difficult for black because he has to develop the king side, but he just developed too slowly. Like, he developed the queen side first, and then his king had issues, especially after king d7. But bishop e7, I mean, it also looked pretty scary. So I guess this could still take like 12 more minutes to finish. He plays rook e8, okay. I guess that's a reasonable try. I take, he takes, I take on d6, he has one check. Oop, what did I just do? It's not mouse slip. Okay, we'll take here. And sometimes when you're up material, you just want to trade everything. In this situation, white's up material. I don't want to trade, I just want to like attack and like mate him as quickly as possible. Which shouldn't be too hard to do. Unless he uses all his time. Desert Budge is asking, could you play a game with English opening? If I'm white again, I'll play English. So I think a few people have asked for English. One person asked for Grob, but we'll stay somewhat polite. Alekhine I'll try and play at some point, but Scandinavian comes before Alekhine. Saxy 90. I played 12 games over the board, got away 6 out of 12 points. 5 white wins, 2 black draws. Ouch. Yeah, black openings can be tricky, especially if you're playing good players. Like, they'll try and punish you. This is double check. This is winning like all of black's pieces. Or just mating. Oh, it's mating too. King d7, queen d4, king e7, queen d6 mate. Okay, that works out nicely. I mean, when you're studying openings as black, you want a response to e4, a response to d4, and then some way to deal with all these like ready English kind of move order tricks. Ooh, maybe it's not made in 2. Is it made in 3? I shouldn't be thinking here, but okay, let's start with bishop c. Wait, bishop c7, king c8. Queen d4. Okay, queen d4. If he plays queen d7, I'll play rook d6. That'll be good enough. Oh, even better. If he plays queen d7, I play rook c8. Tacticos. Rook takes c8, and then queen take d7. Ooh, crew 64 in the chat. This is nice. And pre-move this. Wait, he could play king e7, or not. Okay, good game. Real quick, what was Stockfish wanting to do after king d7? Because, I mean, I wanted to take on d5, but king c8, I didn't see what to do here. And I didn't even know if white's better here. That was a big problem, because the queen's attacked, and this is attacked. And if I take, he takes. I'm sure there's some comp. Oh yeah, I was thinking queen a4. Did I just start a game? I just started a game. Okay, we'll play Scandi. Let's run Stockfish. Please don't flag me for cheating, I'm just wanting to see the opening. Okay, white's still better there. Was knight take d5 the best move? It was, okay. Interesting. Okay, we'll go back to the game that I just started, and we'll play knight f6. Because I'm pretty sure Lichess has some detection if you're like using Stockfish. during a game, it might flag you. But for now, I think I'm safe. Bishop e5 check. I forget what to play. I think bishop d7 is the main line. I was looking at this the other day from the white side. And then something like b5. Then bishop b3. Yeah, someone actually played this against me the other day. And I have a really cool, like almost novelty in this position, which I showed like maybe 2 or 3 streams ago, where black plays a5, and then white can respond with a4, b take a4, rook take a4. It's actually a very powerful opening from white. Exchange sack, but white's like almost winning. So I think the alternative here is bishop g4. Most likely he'll play f3, and then I'll play bishop c8. Pretty sure how that's how it goes. G moves. Has anyone played with engine pi on DGT? I have no idea what he means by that. Okay, we go back to c8. This pawn's attacked. If he plays this, I think I have b4. He plays queen e2. I'm scared that like he's booked up. But okay, his ratings aren't too scary. Probably a6. I'm very scared that he's booked up because this is the type of line that you'd play if you're you know what you're doing. The c4, and he's playing very quickly. But I think I can take. If I take, does he take with bishop or queen? But either way, I play bishop b7. Maybe he'll defend the d pawn temporarily, but there should be bishop b7, and then knight to b6 maneuvers. And he could play knight c3 here, or bishop a4 check, but knight d7 is coming next. Crew64 asking, how long is this tournament? This tournament is like 9 or 10 hours. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's 20 plus 10. I think they only run this tournament every month. Did I just hang d6? Because this is a big threat. Wait, I have to think. Because I honestly didn't see that move. I should have been warned. Queen and bishop battery. Well, this is embarrassing if I'm losing the game like right away. I think there's resources to survive. Bishop d5 is the first move that comes to mind. He could take on c7. That's a big problem. Because when he takes on c7, he probably has a good position. Bishop d5, bishop takes c7, bishop takes c4. Wait, he just wins a piece. That's bad. Is Hero here? I have not seen Hero. I'm sure he exists somewhere on this planet. I mean, the only other reasonable try I see is queen take d6, queen take f7, king d8. And maybe there's some accidental compensation. Black's down a pawn. But white's king is slightly unsafe too. I just want to get out of his prep. Yeah, I guess I'll go for it. Down a pawn. I mean, it could be much worse. Man, thought my last opponent was bad for moving his king to the d file so early. But now I know what it feels like. But okay, this king is somewhat safe. Knight c6 is coming. Thank you, Red Heart Lane, for the follow. He clearly wants a queen trade, which I might have to allow. I don't think I would be too upset about a queen trade, because black is developing quickly. I'll do this. Maybe open the e-file. Knight d4 ideas. There's knight c3. Well, now knight d4 is very tempting. Let's play knight d4. It's just a good square. There's no white pawn that can attack it. I'm actually a bit torn here. I tell all my students, like, take towards the center most often. But I'm more inclined to take with the e-pawn. Because I want the e-file to open. If I take with the c-pawn, the c-file opens. Man, indecision. I think it's just like an intuition thing. There's nothing to calculate. Let's take with the e-pawn. Okay, down a pawn against a random 1350 player who's actually 1833. Provisional. Bishop a4 is somewhat logical. Avoiding the trade and controlling e8. I might go for, like, oh, there's tricks with like accessing the d3 square. There's also knight b4 possibilities. But I want to develop this bishop as well. So I'm debating here between g6 and bishop g7, or if I play knight d5 right away, there's knight take d5. And then we trade. Okay, I'm going to play bishop g7. Or g6, bishop g7, maybe c6, d5, rook e8. Just going for some active play. And he's playing very well so far. Tough opponent. There's no sacking on f3. And positions like this, black doesn't want to trade. I might be forced to trade with, like, I don't know. Because I don't want to retreat. Knight e2 is a good move. If I play knight e6, planning knight c5, he plays d4. This is very difficult. Probably has to trade and just be down a pawn. I could consider c5, but accepting the double pawns can't be good. Okay, let's trade. Chat. Kanai was saying knight d5 question mark. But I forget what moment that was. Wait, did I mess up at some point? But knight d5 was also said by Crew64. When did I have knight d5? Okay, I'm going to play bishop g7 here. And then go back. Oh, knight d5 in this position. But then, oh, take, queen take, aha. I did not even consider knight d5. Guess I forgot it was defending c7. But he has knight c3. I guess then maybe c6. I have to look back at the opening. Because already, like, it's a very difficult position. I think the plan is to play like c6, a5, bishop a6 at some point, d5, rook e8. Let's see. But white's moves are coming quickly too. Could also play bishop d5 and then c6. This bishop is so annoying. Anger issues. C6. This is passive move knight d7, like knight d7, knight b6. doesn't look great. I could be more active with knight e5 or knight d5. Actually, knight d5 looks like the best kind of practical move. Potentially preparing knight b6. I want to chase the bishop away to get the e8 square for the rook, and then we'll see what happens. And here I play king c8. He's playing so quickly, like he has more. He's playing every move like within like 5 seconds, I think. It's difficult. So knight b6. I'm trying up the pace. Or I play h6. Let's throw in h6, see where the bishop goes. Because this square is weak. So bishop d2. Like every move he's gaining time. So hopefully it gets to a point where he messes up. Be somewhat preferable. I'm looking at knight b6, bishop b3, rook e8. I hit the knight. And it's defending d4, but he has rook e1. Okay, I'll play knight b6 anyway. Because if he plays bishop b3, I might play bishop to d5 and just trade. Because this is a long-term weakness. Bishop c2 I kind of forgot about, which is probably a good move. So rook e8, rook e1. I don't really want to play g5, but I might have to. g5 runs into h4 stuff. Okay, let's start with rook e8. If he plays rook e1, then h4 is less scary. If he moves the knight, I could maybe win the pawn. Oh, so we're going into this line. He's not scared of bishop take d4 because bishop take g6. Aha. What is this guy's blitz rating? He plays rapid and blitz. Only 1500 in blitz. Okay. It gives me some hope. But in this position, like, he's just completely outplaying me. In g5. If I play g5, he has knight f5. If I take on d4, he could take on h6 first. And black's losing another pawn, which is not fun. Maybe the Scandinavian was just a bad opening choice, which is very unfortunate. These players usually don't outplay me like this. Let's say knight c4, take. Nothing looks attractive. Take. I'm sort of beginning to accept the fact that I'm losing both pawns on the king side. I have to generate some counterplay on the queen side. The problem is he keeps initiative. Like, when he takes this pawn, he would attack my bishop on d4. When he takes this pawn, he attacks my rook on e8. And, I mean, I want to play g5, but I don't want to allow knight f5. What to do? I could just cry for the next 10 minutes. Oh, wait a minute. Is that... have some purpose. If I take on d4, he takes on h6, and I play rook h8. And I counterattack, and if he takes on d4, I take on h6. At least muddies the waters. And he's rook g4 in the very end. This tool probably wins the pawn. I mean, at least I'm giving him a choice. Like, if I take on d4, he has to choose which pawn to take. Maybe induce a mistake. I'm also, like... I'm also getting a queenside majority, which gives me some hope, but not too much hope. Did you find that tactic? What tactic? Oh, he's talking to Braden. Oh, hello, Braden. 12 hours until the candidates. We need a MooBot command for like a candidates countdown. In deduction, likes my commentary, but probably not my play. Because this is difficult. I have another idea, which doesn't work at all, but I wanted to like meet bishop takes g6 with rook e6, but then there's bishop f5. That's really annoying. And he keeps playing quickly. It's also very annoying. So what do? I want to keep pieces on the board. Maybe there's some kind of bishop d4, bishop takes g6, or am I saying bishop e5, bishop takes g6, rook g8, bishop f5, king here. And there's some pressure along the file. And there's knight c4 possibilities. I think that's the best I can ask for. It's not fun. But not everything in life is fun. Let's do it. Or at least this is one good piece. I have a 1912 rating because I'm provisional. If you see the question mark next to this, it doesn't mean that I'm a fake IM. It just means I haven't played enough classical games. I think this is maybe my 6th or 7th classical game ever. And he also has a fake rating, or a fake classical rating, but he's playing well beyond 1800. So let's do this. Trying something. Kiyomi H. Kind of odd position. Odd is probably a very polite way of putting it. It's probably just a bad position. This came from the Scandinavian. This is definitely a game I want to analyze afterwards, because I play a similar line from the white side, and I want to see if it's just a refutation. So king b8. Down 2 pawns. I'm threatening something on g3. And he's taking his time. This game's not going to finish before the tournament ends. So maybe that's a good thing. It won't dirty my my tournament performance. Even though I just joined the tournament, I'm probably in like, I don't even know what place I'm in. Does it say? Oh, it says. Oh, I'm in 429th place. Interesting. And he's not even in the top 1,000. That's so sad. Bishop g4, I didn't even see that. That's a good move. Defends stuff on g3. But now it's time for counterplay. Like, finally, I have a move where I can make some initiative happen. Maybe knight a4. There's also bishop to d5. So if I play bishop d5, he plays king b1. Ooh, I have a trick. I don't want to say the trick because he might be watching. I want to start with knight a4. I actually don't know if the trick works, but it might work. So let's start with this. Braden asking, am I rooting for anyone? Wait, what? Oh, in the candidates. Obviously the American players, Wesley or Fabiano. Probably Fabiano, but it would be cool to see an American in the World Championships because it hasn't happened recently at all. And I'll probably be attending the World Championships in November in London. So it would be cool to see someone who I actually know in person. So I was hoping for rook d2. I actually don't know if the trick works, but the idea is to play rook h8 here, and there's pressure along the h file. There's also threats of... Actually, I don't know what I'm saying. If the bishop somehow moves off this diagonal, there would be ideas of bishop f4. So let's play rook h8. Might be turning the tables here. I mean, the whole point was to distract this rook from defending h1 by targeting b2. Now, because his h1 rook isn't defended, I can take on g3, and that's a free piece. I hope. He resigns! He doesn't even wait for me to take. Wow. I mean, at least fight on. So I was wrong, the game finished before the tournament ends. That was nice. I don't know if I deserved to win that game, but at least I kept fighting. Let's pause. No, I wanted to pause. I didn't want to keep going. I wanted to see that game. But I guess we're continuing. I'll berserk this game. I was a millisecond too late to click the pause button. Let's play aggressively. Wait, what's this guy's rating? Okay, yeah, let's play aggressively. Yeah, fast moves and fast resignation. I'll play Budapest this game. Fun opening. Oh, someone said semi-Slav. Oh, too bad. I forgot. Play bishop c5. The move to hope for in this position is bishop g5. It's one of the most natural-looking blunders white can play. But we'll see what happens. Knight f3 makes sense. One thing about the Budapest, it's usually just bad to decline it. Like, this is already pretty comfortable for black. But I do have to prove it. Let's castle. What is this Budapest? This is Budapest declined with d5 on move 3. He plays h3. I might have to slow play this position, like knight bd7, and then do some Spanish type maneuvers, rook e8. Oh, he wants to play knight e4. But knight e4, bishop e4 check. Wait a minute, what's going on? Don't click that link in the chat. Block. Yeah. Wait, how do I... Twitch is being annoying. Ban user. Sorry, sometimes these Twitch bots share malware links. You have to avoid them. Okay, I have a funny move here. I play e4 and get away with it. I think I can. Let's have some fun. Looks like a fun move. JCS is asking what does black do after accepting, or after white accepts the gambit. D take e5, knight g4, bishop f4. I would play either bishop b4 check or knight c6. And it leads to an interesting position. Your white can't always hold on to the pawn. So knight d4, somewhat expected. Yeah, I don't know if if I should have played e4 because now it's slightly overextended. But I can probably continue like rook e8, reinforce the pawn. And now he has no time for knight e4. And this pawn could be strong if it's reinforced. He wants to attack it, but he just lost a piece. Wow. Everyone's hanging pieces today. Like most games determined by blunders. Knight e4 was not possible. Yeah, knight take e4. I forgot to mention this trick. If knight take e4, I would take back, sacrificing the queen, and then mate him on f2. So he's playing on. I really want to take on f2. I don't think it does anything. Just bishop c5, standard move. Yeah, bishop c5. Or e3. Sometimes if you can play e3 it could be good, but not here. So black's just up a piece. Nothing more to talk about. I should mention knight take e4 probably runs into rook take e4. Or wait, knight take e4 runs into knight take e4 even. Same mating ideas. Let's throw in h6. Make the bishop retreat. If he plays bishop h4, I might just play g5. Yeah, why not? I mean, black's up a piece. White has no attack. There's all this debate, like when you should play g5 when you're already castled. And usually if your opponent doesn't have an attack, then it's okay to play g5. Because here black just has more pieces. I may have forgotten about e4 not being defended, but if he takes it, I would take, he would take, there's bishop e4 check at the very least. So, I am Rosen, automod needs a mod. Okay, automod will finally have a new mod. Let's not accidentally ban Kiyomi. Okay, that's a mod icon. Congratulations, Kiyomi. Is now the automod mod, or just a mod in general. I should have probably given that earlier, but congratulations nonetheless. Yeah, this should be over very shortly. I mean, King e2 is pretty much forced. Oh, and there's actually a special room just for moderators, which I forgot about. I don't think anyone uses that. Huh. Okay. Okay, King e2. I mean, I'm up a piece. White's king is on e2. Should not last much longer. Maybe just queen f6. Threatening some bishop f5. I mean, I'm looking for mates, because like the king has no legal moves here. And it's usually a good time to look for ways to just win the game. There's some really funny idea. Like, let's imagine my pawn's on g4, and his queen's on d4. I could play queen f3, sack the queen, and then g take f3 would be mate. I don't know if there's a way to actually make that happen, though. Especially after a3. Bishop f5, queen d4, bishop c5, queen c3. And maybe just a5 and I'm happy. Okay. Good enough. I was making tea. Man, making tea during one of the most monumental times in your life. Okay, bishop c5. Queen c3 I think is forced. Maybe bishop e4. Looks reasonable. a large majority of the games I played, at least in this tournament, like my opponents haven't castled. Or at least one side hasn't castled. I guess that last game I didn't castle. But it seems to be a recurring theme. And people not castling and developing quickly enough. Bad things usually happen if that's the case. Or good things, depending what side you are. So bishop f3 is probably a threat. But he makes a counter threat. So if I play bishop f3, g take f3, queen take f3, king e1, bishop still hanging. Oh, he wants to trap the bishop too. Maybe I got too relaxed. That's not good. Okay, it should still be good for black. The problem is the bishop's getting trapped. What to do? Take... I could sack back the piece. Or in this case, blunder back the piece. Okay, if he wants to win the bishop, I can at least open the c-file. Like after c5, I'll do something, he'll take, I take, and then there's c-file action. That should be good enough. Any other tricks? His queen's not defended. I want his king to be on e1, so I could play knight f3. So maybe I play bishop g6. He takes bishop h5, f3. No, that's more than good. So let's just start with bishop h5. Because I think it's just winning material back. Like I'll at least be up exchange. Maybe more. But yeah, after f3 I take. And I'll be hitting the king, the bishop, the rook. Okay, life is good. Life is very good. Wow, over 100 people watching. Witnessing this masterpiece. Oh, I want to take my bishop, but it won't let me. Okay, so I'll just take the rook. Or is there something better? I'll just take the rook. Yeah, I'll take back with c-pawn. The c-file can be very valuable. So material... Oh, I have an extra pawn too. And the exchange. And the c-file. Slight time deficit. But, okay, his king is still a target. He wants to play rook f1. Let's just scoot over. Ideas of queen e4 with the triple fork. A lot of undefended pawns. Also some ideas of knight d3. But let's start with queen d5. If he can defend all three pawns in one move, that would be really impressive. But I don't think it's possible. Okay, I'll take with the rook. And it's just a mating attack. Can take on d5 first. Queen and two rooks are major pieces. If king e2, rook c2, king e1, take on e3. Can probably pre-move rook c1. There's no more water. Some more water. Ooh, I was mate. Okay. Well, good, but not a bad finish to the tournament. Not the most impressive game by white with hanging the knight on d4. I do want to go back to the previous game I played against the guy who was very booked up. If he blocks with bishop, I mean, I pre-moved rook c1, and then he would be forced to take. And it's not immediately mate, but I would just be up a queen. So, anyway, let's go back to tournament, and congratulations to Chess 2 Matters. Strong performance, earning the shield. And how do I get to my games? Wait, what place did I finish? 318. Okay, not bad. Out of over 2,000 players. I remember like the time Lee Chess broke 2,000 players for a tournament. It was like a huge monumental achievement because it was like the biggest ever online tournament. But now it's just normal, so that's cool. I know I have pending challenges. I just want to go to the game I played in the second to last. It was the second to last round or whatever. Because I was in a really bad position, and then stuff happened. Analysis board. So how far did we follow theory? Oh, and I showed this other day, I might as well show it again. But if you're playing from the white side against this line, there's a really cool idea, a5, a4, pawn take a4, rook take a4. So not a novelty, but very nice exchange sack. After bishop take a4, knight d7. White's down material, but white has a very strong initiative after knight f3, g6, knight e5. And black won't be able to castle because knight c6 happens. And after queen c8, white can just play c4. And e7 needs to be defended, queen e2 is coming. So this is a really nice line to know in the Scandinavian from white. And that's why I didn't play a5. I instead played, thank you for the follow, x24 rvr. I played the other main move, bishop to g4, f3, bishop c8. And then I think after queen e8 I was just out of prep. Because I haven't studied this line too deeply. Queen e2 is the second most popular move. I played a6, and he played c4. B takes c4, queen takes c4. I just didn't see d6 coming. It seems like such an obvious tactic, but I just missed it. And white scores very well there. So after queen e2, I mean a6 is most played. Queen, okay, c4. This is probably a position for Stockfish. Like, Stockfish will handle this better than Opening Book. I'm just curious, any like Masters games in this? Queen e2, a6, c4, only one game. c6 I didn't even consider. Okay, let's use Stockfish. Whoa. Let's say after queen e2. Oh, after queen e2, a6 obviously, c4, c6, interesting. Basically accepting the loss of a pawn and just trying to develop. And actually that's a really nice move, like the more I look at it, because if pawn takes c6, knight takes c6, and like knight d4 is already coming, this looks amazing for black. And if pawn take b5, I assume we take back. Oh, we play a take b5. Ah. C take d5 also possible. This looks more normal. And this pawn on f3, it's awkward for white. Lysa to d pawn. Looks very pleasant for black. And this also looks fine, keeping the tension. What happened in the game was after c4 I took, and then e6, or bishop e7 and then e6, which I just didn't see coming. And then everyone in the chat was suggesting knight d5, but I wasn't looking at the chat, and knight d5 just didn't come to mind. But the line I played, like, I think it was still somewhat playable. Is the stream lagging? If the stream is lagging, I'm sorry, but it could be your internet connection. I might have to reduce the bitrate. Let me know. Supreme Horse 2? I don't think anyone else mentioned there was lag, so hopefully there's not. But anyway, black was just worse here. Thanks for the follow. Some name I can't pronounce. Alchemic86. Tried my best. But this was some nice demonstration of some fighting chess. Another follow. Hyper Prior. Wait, am I like breaking 1,000 followers? Let me go to my stream. Because we need some celebration. Followers, new tab. I have to do something special for 1,000 followers. Oh, 990. Okay, we need 10 more followers. I should probably keep track of who the 1,000th follower is, but I'll see. I might just not keep track, but I'll try and do something special. I don't know. Anyway, what happened in this game? White was just better. Until white wasn't better. Like, there's some complications. And he played really well. King b8. Yeah, just rook d2 I think is a blunder. Or was it not a blunder? Wait. Okay, I'm hiding the notation. And I'm curious, like, what does white do here to save the piece? Because it says white's better. But how does he deal with all this pressure on the h-file? Oh, and it says in the notation, I just glanced at the notation, knight f5, which makes a lot of sense. Initially I thought rook take bishop was somehow working, but it's just trading. This is just a trade. White still have 2 pawns. Okay, fair enough. Knight c4 question mark. Braden's getting the board mixed up. Another follower comments with many S's. So we're up to 991, if I can count correctly. Oh yeah, let's move on. I'll play some viewers. I don't know how long this will actually last. Matt Horwitz, thanks for following. Path to Grandmaster. That sounds like a really familiar name. From USA. Why do I feel like I know that name? But he wants to play Chess 960. John. You can call me Path. Okay. I might want to play some like quicker games. Okay, I'll play King AJ because he was one of the first people to challenge me. It's just a 1-minute game. We'll get this out of the way, and then I'll play some other people. Okay, let's play e4. Thank you, Epic Apophis, for the follow. Play knight c3, h4. I had this position, or this exact opening the other day, probably yesterday, where g5 is weak. Now it is hard to adjust from slow chess to bullet, but I'm trying my best. Let's play knight e2 here, accepting the double pawns. And then, oh, he might castle queenside. But that loses f7. Hopefully the bishop doesn't get trapped. Win another pawn. And bishop f5 coming. e6, bishop h3. I don't know where the king should go. Let's just castle. King b1. This looks reasonable. White's up white like 2 pawns. This pawn's weak. There's 2 bishops. Up on time. It's always good. Knight g4. That was a good move. Take and bishop e3. I don't know why he's thinking, but about to flag. Keep trading. Push the h-pawn. Keep pushing. Make some luft for the king, or take a free rook, which is not actually free. I didn't see that queen. But we'll take a free pawn. Trade queens. Start pre-moving. There's a little bit of lag, but he flagged. Okay, good game. Another follow from Skulltide, thank you. I'll take a moment to respond to people in the chat. Hello, Perpetual Stalemate. Stream is fine, but chessboard movements looking laggy. Yeah, I guess 1 minute. For some reason when I play 1 minute it lags. Eric, are you playing tomorrow in the Fisher Memorial? Yes, I am. Are you playing is a bigger question. But I'm planning to play if I can wake up and not oversleep. For some reason, you thought my last name was Hansen. I'm not sure whether to feel flattered or offended, but yeah, maybe it's confusing with multiple Erics who stream. I'm going to play EVH because I think he's the only subscriber in this list of challengers. And he subscribed and threw bits and donated, so he deserves some love. Good luck and have fun. I apologize, the Fuchsia, for Automod not liking your name. But okay, let's play. I forget what I played against him. Let's play Scandi. Oh, I'm 3 out of 3 against him. Nice. We'll play the same line. He was probably watching earlier, so maybe like he already knows what to do in this line. But we'll see. It's weird. Like, is the stream lagging? Because I'm getting some like red dot or red square thing. I might just have to reduce the bitrate. Okay, we'll take on d5. Hopefully it's not too bad. Let's play c6. Like, this is already like a comfortable kind of setup for black. It's a bit choppy. Yeah, the bitrate is probably too high. Real quick, I'm gonna end the stream, change the bitrate, and then return. Then hopefully it's okay. Actually, I'll do so after this game. How about that? Because I don't want to like break up the stream into like 2 separate videos with where the game gets cut up. It could just be the internet too, which is probably more likely. I really want to play h5 here. h5 is like somewhat disrespectful because I only play it against low-rated players, but I'm playing it anyway. I might be okay. Like if he takes, there's going to be a huge attack on the h-file. And if he doesn't take, I just want to continue doing stuff. Reducing the quality might help. Okay, let me try. Can I reduce the bitrate during the stream? Settings, output, the bitrate is at 4,000. Let's make it like 2,000. Hopefully that worked. I just changed the bitrate like during the stream, and now it looks okay. But let me know. Knight h2 is a good move. Or is it? Because he wants to win g4. Is h5 a move? I mean, h5 is a move, but I don't know if it's a good move. I'm tempted to play f5 here. g3 also looks tempting. Let's play f5. Because the knight's stuck. I want to do this and this next moves. It's good now, okay. Yeah, maybe 4,000 was too high. Let's do this. And this is the type of position I'm happy like against a lower rated player, because it takes a lot of precision to defend his white. And I think he's already given me some mating attack. I think after f5 he had to play like d4 and cover the h6 square. Yeah, this is good to know. So if the stream ever lags again, I'll just reduce the bitrate during stream. And he resigns because I would take the knight. Tough game, EVH. Real quick, just for future knowledge, I'm pretty sure you can just take the knight, or take the bishop, and survive. Just in this position, like you have to see this threat, and probably just d4, queen d6, g3. But I don't know, like I could still play queen h5. And I mean, white has to play accurately. Maybe king g2, queen h5, rook h1. And white's up a piece. There is compensation though. Let's go. Yeah, let's just check Stockfish just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But white's better here. And if we go back even further to this position, white's much better. Oh, knight e5. Knight e5 is just, yeah. Because you want to take on g4. And queen d6, I assume you take on g4. Oh, with the queen. Oh, you take with queen. Because queen to e5, queen c8 mate. That's dirty. And then meanwhile, you just want to play knight f3. Defend. So I would have been in trouble if knight e5 happened. But that's hard to see. That's kind of a Stockfish type move to find. Okay. We can move on. What did I want to do? Oh, I already changed the bitrate. So, maybe one more person? Desert Budge. Let's go. 3-2. Ooh, another somewhat low-rated player. But we'll give him a game. Good luck, have fun. Let's play King's Gambit. I kind of feel like it. And Bishop c4. And yeah, this is actually a fun line. Because Queen h4, it looks good for black after King f1. The problem for black is knight f3, d4 both come very quickly. Can I play d4 right away? Let's do d4 right away. I think g4... I avoid mate, knight f3 will come next. And then f4 is attacked. This looks nice. I think usually with this line, black shouldn't play queen h4. And I think the main move after bishop c4 is actually to play d5, which takes some opening knowledge. For knight f3, queen f6. I'm just gonna keep developing. Like, this looks really nice. I think knight e4 or knight d5 coming, e5 coming. f4 is still weak. I think the King's Gambit is like undervalued at lower levels. Like, lower rated players will look at higher rated players for openings, but At any level, I think below like 1800, in King's Gambit can be very effective. Because it's just easier for white to play. If you have some knowledge. I'm going to play bishop d3 here. Bishop d3. Also would like to keep the bishop on c4. The move I wanted to play is knight e2, but that runs into g5. Let's play bishop d3. Queen h5. Wait, if queen h5, I win the pawn. And if queen g4... Okay, this is going to be very nice. H3. I just want to chase the queen away from defending the pawn. Like queen g3, I have knight e2. Queen h5, I can take on f4. What did I title this stream? Slow and instructive. I apologize for playing a bullet game and making the stream title somewhat deceiving. I did not intend to play bullet today, but I guess it has turned into like a viewer challenge stream. Knight e2, the queen will move. Wait, I trapped the queen. I didn't even see that. That was an accidental queen trap. Like, I was so excited to win the pawn. I didn't even consider that queen had no squares. That's a sign that I'm just getting tired. And this might be my last game. Assuming I can convert. I think I lost the chat for a moment. Slow and instructive, yada yada. Viewers challenge. Oh, can you change the stream title with a command? Because that would be cool. I'll look into that for Mubat. Also, let me know, like, if anyone has any suggestions how to make the stream better, or like anything I can do in general to make it a more enjoyable experience. I'm open to feedback, but let me just finish this game or flag him. The plan is to do this and this and maybe this. Get some kind of mate. The goal is to checkmate him before he flags, which could be challenging, but maybe possible. Ooh, it's looking likely. It's still a bit tricky. Where's a mate? Oh, that's a nice mate. Queen take f5. And then this. And then this, and then this. Okay. Whoa, thanks for the follow, Raksu. Did we hit 1,000? Refresh. Followers. Wait, what? Followers. We need 4 more followers to get to 1,000. Maybe I won't end the stream until there's 4 more followers, but that might incentivize people to unfollow, and I don't want that to happen either. I'm conflicted. Probably what I'll do... I'm very conflicted. How many challenges? I have 5 pending challenges. Any subscribers? Dolphin Master? I'm really tired, and I have a tournament tomorrow. Oh, we have another follower. I'm to 997. I kind of want to end it here. I want to end it with just below 1,000 followers, end it with a beautiful checkmate, and then end it, or start the next stream by breaking 1,000 followers. I think that would be nice. So thanks everyone for watching. I'm sorry for the people who are currently challenging me. You'll have to wait until the future, but I'll be back sometime in the future. Probably not tomorrow, but probably sometime on Sunday. So bye everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a good day or good night. Adios.